but I've also had a very fortunate experience with Damani's, situation and getting him enrolled in the right schools, etc.
And how's that?
Well, when Damani was a few months old, I just happened to meet one of the directors of special education at the federal level.
Okay.
She was on a talk show like this, and I told her that, we just had a child with Down syndrome. Can I get in touch with them? Can I get in touch with you? She gave me a card. She told us about Easter Seals, which has a great inclusion program that didn't exist decades earlier. Children were segregated. Right. Children with special needs were segregated in the school system. Even in my experience growing up. So I called Easter Seals, and there was a waiting list, and I contacted this woman, and she arranged for him to be enrolled, that year. So there have been, just synchronicity. Yes. And just dumb luck, where you have these gifts, when you are opening yourself up to the opportunity, and when you're listening. Your priorities change. Right. When you have a child anyway. Right. But they really change when you have a child with special needs.
I have a question. Mm-hmm. Getting back to the school district, mm-hmm. Just advice to parents, when should you continue working with the school system, and when should you finally say, okay, we're going to have to go to the next level in regards to making sure that our children are provided appropriate education? As far as from your perspective, as far as what took place with you?
From our experience, it was pretty clear cut that there weren't, adequate services provided by the DC school system. And, we're parents. We want the best for our child. Right. So, we weren't willing to compromise. Okay. And it was pretty cut and dried for us. I would recommend for parents to just, do your research, find, a program that's appropriate, and don't compromise. You're already, I mean, you should feel that because your child has special needs, that they deserve the opportunity to learn.
Yes.
And you can't compromise on their education because they have special needs. So I can't tell a parent when they reach that point. I can just tell them that you need to do whatever you can for the betterment of your child's future and child on both sides of the family. So they were very accepting. They were hurt as well because none of us really had an education on how to deal with this situation. And I think that ignorance is probably the biggest factor in dealing with a child with special needs, because it's the unknown. But there's one heartwarming story. My brother-in-law, who lives in New York, sent us, books, and was very supportive early on. And then he volunteered for Special Olympics, and I think that changed something in him, because he's in a very competitive, field professionally. And one of the things that he said that stuck in my head was that, in Special Olympics, everyone really is a winner. So, you sort of, it really puts life in perspective for you, and having a child with special needs touches people around you in ways that you would never imagine.